Hi, I'm Leo Lazinski, and in this video I want to speak about how we know or how we learn how to eat and feed our families. So in the past, the way we learned how to eat was through thousands of years of trial and error, which then became generational wisdom. We learned what was good for us, what made us ill, and how this affected us in different times of the year. We also learned very much how to look after our environment, how we learned to look after our animals that we were eating, what to feed them to give us the best quality health and resilience without all the luxuries that we have. We've got beautiful houses, we've got shelter, we've got controlled climate in our homes, we've got wonderful clothing, we've got access to a lot of luxuries that we didn't have in those days. We were much more exposed, so our health was much more reliant on our lifestyles with regards to life or death. Now our lifestyles will affect us slowly, be a slow creep towards illness as opposed to immediate life or death. And so, and many people around the world relied on their religious laws to give them what they could and couldn't eat as well. But that didn't always give them information on quality and how much of certain types of foods to eat and when they should eat them. That was generally passed down generationally. And then everything changed. There was a desire to remove wisdom for industry. And so now we follow primarily dietary guidelines, medical guidelines, government guidelines. But we need to understand where these actually came from. Most people think they were well researched, that our best interests at heart, and they were there for the benefit of our health. And this couldn't be further from the truth. The reality is that the dietary guidelines, like the food pyramid that we've all known about, was really a lobby from the grain industries, specifically in America, to sell more grain. So they felt that if it could put grain at the bottom and breads and pastries and all these things at the bottom, that would force people to eat a lot more of those, and it would save the industry. And you know what? It did. Unfortunately, it made pyramid-shaped people. People became extremely ill and obese. Then the cholesterol idea and the low fat. These were all lobbied. There's a great paper out on how Procter & Gamble paid the American Heart Association millions of dollars in order to promote a low-fat diet. But we know things like seed oils and the reduction of animal fats was lobbied from the industrial food industries and the industrial farming industries. Then how we feed the animals or the plants, look after them in the farming practices, that's been regulated by government, heavily lobbied by industrial chemical industries and those sort of lobbies, fertilizers and those farming, your GMO seed industries, in order to regulate in a way that is best for industry and not so much best for us as humans. So when we rely on other people, that is not ourselves and how we feel, we then have to rely on hoping that their intention is best, that their understanding is best, and that there was research put in place before they changed everything. No, that didn't happen. We are a long-term experiment. Well, not really. The experiment succeeded. They have promoted industrial food, processed foods, cheap and nasty foods at the detriment of our health and our children's health. So when it comes to understanding how we eat, we need to go back to what worked generationally, ancestrally, and bring the best of that into our world, and to find the best way to bring the best quality foods into our world, and stop listening to external voices that have no interest in our health and are only there to promote the commercial interests of those that pay them. Thank you.